in the studio now is political analyst Onur Erim. Thanks so much for coming in. So, I mean, where does this result take Greece now, in your opinion?
Well, it's definitely a new path, especially after Tsipras's win 4 or 5 years ago now. It seems that there's a lot of things that the Greeks are unhappy with the way they were being governed for the last 4 or 5 years, and they wanted a change. And who else to go back to than a known family, at least known family last name, and to Mr. Mitsotakis, who actually won, by himself, by his party, gaining the majority in the parliament.
But I mean, he got the mandate he asked for. It is relatively strong, but what can he do that Syriza couldn't?
Well, we'll see. I mean, his promises included things with, that the Greece should be on its own feet economically, not so much interdependent on the either European or international monetary funds. That it should do more proactive things, not to start, selling a lot of the state assets. And also, I think to at least a smaller group, the things, the dealings with the Macedonia and its name change has also played a lot of factor.
Right. It's such a tricky topic, that, because it's so personal for so many Greeks. I don't want to dive too far into that right now, but I want to ask him, I mean, one of the core promises he made was that he is going to reduce taxes.
Yes.
People wanted to hear that because the economy has been struggling so badly, but still, with Greece's deficit, can he afford to do that?
It doesn't. He certainly said everything that Tsipras was obviously, wasn't very successful at. And he actually certainly said everything that the Greeks wanted to hear. Whether he could, actually do these, we'll see. In the short term or even the mid-term, it doesn't seem all that possible to be that optimistic. But then again, this is how politics are. You make the promise, and then the next election come around, you either deliver it or not, and then there's your result.
So, does this bode well or worse for Turkey-Greece relations?
Well, nobody can say that we had a fairy tale of a relationship over the past couple of decades, but I think it would be safe to say, if this is any indication, with his father and late President Özal, there was a rather good relationship, or a better relationship. We'll see. It's a world, it's a dynamic world. Things change a lot faster than they used to 10, 20 years ago. We are living in the same basin with Greeks, and we will for the remainder of the time, and as it was in the history. So we will have to find a better solution, hopefully, with the new prime minister, to have a more peaceful relationship and to actually enjoy the benefits. And now with all the gas and oil that's being tried to source out, enjoy it and share it responsibly and fairly.
Fairly. I have to ask you one final question, though. I mean, something so interesting about the result of this election is that one of the previously biggest parties in the Greek legislature couldn't even make the 3% threshold to get into parliament this time. Now, that is the extreme right-wing Golden Dawn party. In so many other European countries, we're seeing the rise of the extreme right wing. And in Greece, it's virtually disappeared in this election. Yet nobody's talking about it. I'm a bit surprised. But why do you think that happened?
I mean, especially with everything that was on the agenda, it is kind of surprising. Not only did they not go over the threshold, they lost more than half their votes, which is also a big, number to analyze. But hopefully, this may be an indication, or at least a light at the end of the tunnel, where we will hopefully see the extreme right parties rise, stop, or hopefully start falling in Europe, which is hurting not only Europe, not only Europeans, but the rest of the world. So hopefully it's an indication. We will have to see more numbers to analyze exactly what happened and why it happened, but it's a good sign.
Okay, Onur, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much, as always, for coming in.